Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of day it is for you. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. For this video, well, first and foremost, you might be asking why I have this stack right here. And it is because I am choosing I'm letting Goodreads choose the highest and lowest from this stack here. You see a book that I have on my TBR that's not on this list, I will just be ignoring that because these are the books I really want to read like right now and I cannot decide, so I need a little help. So we're gonna ask Goodreads for help today. So let's see. I'm a little bit nervous and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why I'm nervous at all. Like at all. I guess I'm just nervous that like these books are just so anticipated for me that I'm scared that I might not like it, or I'm scared to see the reviews to see why one of these is so low. And like low to me would be like a 2 or like a 1. So kind of nervous. I'm gonna start with the lowest because that's what makes me more nervous. So I need to go to my want to reads. Black Candlewoman. I don't have that. Bunny. My heart is beating really fast. I'm being so nervous. Twilight. Mexican Gothic. My sister. I do have Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute, but it's not here right now because I'm saving that for. What am I saving that for? I'm saving that for when I'm in a romance mood, like a romance. Like I'm in a fantasy thriller, that kind of era. So I'm saving that for when I'm in a romance mood because I do really want to get to it because it has been on my TBR for such a long time. But I'm just not in the mood for like a romance right now. Like you really have to be in the mood for romance when you're reading a romance, and that is a romance. It's a YA romance too. So I really have to be in the mood for a YA and romance. I am gonna read it. Not this video, not today. Kind of sad to see that it's the lowest, but a 3.78, that's still really good. That's almost a 4. So I'm expecting that book to be really good, and I cannot wait to read that book actually with that rating because that's actually a good sign. Like that's not low. So okay, that makes me a little bit more excited for these because I haven't got to any of these yet. And 3.78, that's not bad. That's still a really good rating. Sometimes I could do that on Kindle, but again, I'm not, like, I am in the mood for thriller. Why am I saying I'm not in the mood for thriller when like I am? I may have like, no, I think I have like 1. I think I have like 2 thrillers in here, so I think I'm definitely more in the mood for a fantasy than a thriller. Ooh, okay, we found one. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Wow. So this is gonna be the lowest, but 3.86. That's almost a 4-star. Okay, this is almost a 4-star, and this is the lowest that I'm reading to read. And now we're gonna switch the average rating to highest, and of course Iron Flame in back. I pre-ordered it for November, so if I had it right now, I wouldn't even be making this video. I would just be like sitting somewhere in my house, maybe this chair or on my bed, reading Iron Flame. Like, don't bother me, do not disturb. I'm so ready to read that. Then The Fragile Threads of Power. House of Earth and Breath. I do have that here, but I have not read A Court of Silver Flames. So next is a Powerless and A Court of Silver Flames. They're tied. They're both a 4.4. 4 or 5. So Crescent City, I'm doing a buddy read. So that's out the picture already because I'm going to be doing a buddy read for that. So that leaves Powerless. Look at that cover. Should I read both? The executive decision right now. We're gonna pick 4 because I want to read this. I want to read this. Okay. Well, this is what, if you're indecisive, maybe just like line your stuff up and go on Goodreads. Let it duke it out. We're gonna have to go back. All right, stay with me here now. We're gonna have to go back, and we're gonna go to average rating. We're gonna go back to the lowest, and we're gonna pick out another book because it's only fair. We're gonna do 4, and we're gonna see what I get into. Okay, there you go. In My Dreams, I Hold Him In. I think that'll be nice because those are all fantasies and this is a thriller. Damn. And that's not even low either. That's a 3.89. Now the issue is, what do I start with? I usually do read 2 books at a time, so it kind of sucks that I don't have like another thriller. My Dreams, I Hold a Knife. This is like it's a thriller. Takes place at like a reunion, I'm guessing, because it says that they come back together after there's 10, how many friends? 6 friends, and they're reunited. So this is a thriller. Do I start with this? And then we have A Court of Sword Flames. So I feel like maybe I should start with this. I can't say too much about this because if you haven't read the other ones, then it's like a well, is it really? Because this one's supposed to be Nessa's book. So go read the other books if you haven't read this book, because I cannot promise you that I will not have spoilers in this. I cannot make any promises because when I get really excited, I get really excited. Then we have Powerless. This is like, they're elites and they all have powers, and I'm so excited to read this one. I don't know. See, now I'm like, why did I knew what I wanted to read, and it was this one. I guess I just needed to make this video for it. And then we had A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So I will come back to you when I start one of these. Considering the fact that it's nighttime and this is the thickest one, I think I'm gonna start with Silver Flame. I'm so nervous to say that, but these are the 4 books that I will be reading. To it, and I'm reading my first book for this little challenge. It's called A Court of Sword Flames, and it's kind of fitting that I wore this orange shirt and I'm starting this today. I just finished chapter 1, and all I have to say is I don't know why I like so long to start this. Like, I've already read chapter 1 and I'm already like, ooh. I'm liking the vibes of this. I think because it's just so big that it's kind of intimidating. I have no idea why it's so intimidating. Like, I don't know, I guess the more that you read bigger books, the less intimidating that like books like this get. The longest book I read was, it was like 7-something pages. The last book, this one's like 800. The last one was like 600, I think. This is like 800 pages right here. I've never read an 800 page book, so I just keep staring at this and I'm like, when am I gonna finish this? This book is gonna consume my everything because I'm just gonna be sitting here reading and my hands are gonna be hurting. So I did download it on Audible. I still had 1 credit left, so I'm gonna use that 1 credit before my membership ends with them. You know, unless y'all see my videos and want to sponsor me with a membership or something. Probably reading / listening to this for a majority of the day, and then tonight I probably won't record, but I'll finish my Kindle book for my group that I'm reading with, and then after I finish that, then I can start, I think, my lowest rated, which was In My Dreams I Hold a Night. I'm reading a lot. I'm drinking my watered down iced coffee while I read this, probably make some breakfast. Checking you guys. I will check in with you guys a little bit later. I try my best to do spoiler free, but when I get really excited, it just starts flowing. So I'm gonna try to do timestamps or something like that, or like spoiler if I'm about to spoil something, because I just get so excited. I don't have anyone to talk about books with, which is why I started this channel. So yeah, let me know in the comments too what you thought of this book, if you loved it, whatever. Okay, so excuse the hair, but I honestly have not even picked up this book except for to change places. So I'm now on chapter 7, and basically so far what's going on is basically oh lord, why did I say Tamlin? Basically Rizan and Farah are kind of like tired of Nessa's shit, so they're like, you need to go train. So she's like, what? Like, you're taking everything from me. I don't want to do that. I just want to live in my apartment and live my best fucking life. And they're like, no, you're destroying your life. You're gonna go train. So now she's just like training with Cass, but like she's still refusing to train. She's like, I'm here, but I'm not gonna train. So chapter 7, and honestly, yeah, I think I'm gonna just keep listening to it because I've been cleaning around the house, and then I've had it on regular speed, and it's actually really good. Normally I keep it higher speed, like I said before, but I've kept it on like 1x, and I've just been cleaning. That's why my hair looks like this. Excuse if my hair, excuse everything. I had to change into this top too because I got really hot. But yeah, everyone over here has like a little stuffiness, so you know, I'm just wiping everything down with Clorox, cleaning the bathroom, the kitchen, made the kids chicken nuggets, and I've just been Hi guys, good morning. It's almost afternoon, to be completely honest with you guys. I have not gotten any further. So I'm on chapter 13, so I'm that far. I haven't read in a couple of days. And I wouldn't say that I'm like in a book slump. I feel like I'm just feeling like really overwhelmed because this book is so big and I do want to read it, but I still haven't finished the other book on my Kindle. And that book is really good, but it just started off so slow, and this book is also starting off slow. So I think it's such a change because I was reading all these thrillers and mysteries that were fast-paced, like to the point. So, you know, with like fantasies and romance, they start off a little bit slower and then they get to where they, you know, especially a big book like this, it takes a while to get to the spice, to where it's going, to the romance. And try to get through a chunk of this. Because I also have ARC I need to read on my Kindle. I have some buddy reads that I want to do. And then I have like these shows I want to watch. Like I've been watching American Horror Story, the new season, because I haven't watched since like, the season with the clowns, I think. What was that, like season 6 or something like that? I have not been watching it and keeping up to date. And I actually do like the season. Compared to the other seasons, it is a bit slow getting in, but I do like it, actually. So I want to continue watching that. So I'm caught up on that, and then I got caught up on Love is Blind. The new season is out, and the drama, well, actually I'm not caught up. I'm in the middle of episode. So I think I might finish that and try to finish the book on my Kindle. And then I'll have to come up update you when I get to this. I'm just gonna drink my coffee. And then I have schoolwork too. So it's just a lot going on right now. I feel like so little time to do everything I want to accomplish. But we're gonna see. We're gonna try to get it done. So I'm just gonna drink my coffee. So yes, I still have my little bonnet on my head. I have accomplished just laundry, okay? But I did start reading In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. I know I said, I think in the last clip, that I was going to start, or not start, because I've already started A Course of Reviews, but I was thinking I was going to read that later tonight. And so I started reading this because this is supposed to be like a thriller, so I don't really want to read this like at night. So I decided to read it now. I am chapter 5, and so far, I don't know how I feel. I'm pretty sure that Jessica, I don't know, she has something to do with what has gone on. She's just determined to be the best at like everything. So we'll see what happens next. But basically, Jessica's the main character, and we're seeing her become friends with this group of people. She's so determined to have friends and to like fit in and to be like the best, the prettiest. So I'm just kind of like, I feel like it's her who murdered someone, because basically we already know someone got murdered from the back, so that's not really a spoiler. So I'm guessing it's her. I will be really shocked if she has nothing to do with it and she was just there, like a witness. But then again, I mean, it is thriller mystery, so we will find out. And so I'm going to keep reading this. This is actually a fast read, so I'm going to continue reading this, and then I will listen to A Court of Silver Flames later on, read that. But yeah, this is pretty fast. Most of the thrillers are. So I think it was actually a good idea to start reading this, to give myself something that is fast-paced, so then I can go back to A Court of Silver Flames and read that, because both books are really good so far. So my guess is A Court of Silver Flames, I'll probably give like a 4 something. Like, I just feel it, because the whole series, I think, except for like the novella, but the novella doesn't really count, we're like 4 stars and up on my Goodreads. This book here, I'm not really sure. I feel like this is gonna be like a 3 something, depending on where it goes. And if I feel like it's going where I think it's gonna go, it's definitely gonna be a 3. But A Court of Silver Flames, I think a 4 probably. I'll be really surprised if I come back and this is like higher, or A Court of Silver Flames is lower. I will be really shocked. But as of right now, I'm predicting that this is going to be a 3, and A Court of Silver Flames is going to... Okay, I am still in the same spot that I was earlier. Still bonnet on my head. This has just been a lazy Sunday, but I'm feeling it. I am now 38% through this book. I've actually found an audiobook app that I'm trying out for 1 month. I love a good trial period. I will sign up for all of it, and I will cancel all of it as well, because I'm not paying. That being said, I've been listening to it while I finished my homework, and it's been really helpful. not for my homework because I am getting a little distracted. So I will say that this book, I am liking it, but I'm like, where's the thriller aspect? I feel like this is just a really good drama. Like, Jessica's cheating. She cheated on Mint. And so I'm like, there's drama. There's hella drama in here. But I'm like, I don't really care. Like, all the characters are kind of like insufferable. Like, none of them are nice. None of them are likable. I don't get the friend dynamic. I guess that's why they didn't really stay friends, because their friend dynamic makes no sense. And the girl who got murdered, I don't really care that she got murdered. And so now freaking Coop thinks that it's his fault because he's selling drugs to help pay for school, because his scholarship only covered so much, so he has to sell drugs to help cover with school and his other needs. And he just loves Jessica so much that he's helping her pay off her $10,000 of credit card debt. Like, the drama is dramaing. So I feel like this should have been like just like a, I don't know, like I feel like this is just more drama than there is mystery or thriller. Like, I'm just kind of like, okay, so what? Heather died. I'm living for the drama. It's really, really good. I do think I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, get my hair together or something, and continue doing homework, because I procrastinated and decided to do it all today because I hate statistics with a passion. Okay, so fun fact, I guess it's called In My Dreams I Hold a Knife because Coop, Jessica's, I guess, love interest, or her one true love, has a machete, and that's where the knife comes in. Because I looked at some of the reviews, and one review was like, there's no knife, there's a machete. Chapter 22, In a Court of Silver Flames. So we just found out that Farrah is pregnant, and that didn't come as a shock to me because I had seen some like spoilers, not specifically about this book, but I had seen some spoilers that she was pregnant and she got pregnant, but I just didn't know that it was this book. So I kept waiting, like, as I was reading the series, like, when does she get pregnant? But it's this book. And so this book is also third person, so it's kind of interesting to me that this was third person. We're kind of sort of getting into why Nessa is the way that she is, and you know, having to do with her mother and how her mother treated her and raised her, and just her whole upbringing. So it's very interesting to see all that background knowledge, because in the first like part of the series, like the original trilogy, I guess you would call it, Nessa, I feel like she was just so unbearable to me, but I'm slowly starting to like understand and like her. So I really am glad that I haven't put this off. We did get some spice, just a little bit. I'm hoping to make a good dent in it, because as you see, I'm only like right here. So I'm trying to make a really good dent in this book today. So I'll come back with any update that I have. But yeah, just so you know, it's a new day. Still reading, of course, Silver Flames, and I am really enjoying it now that we've gotten over the little hump of the slowness that is usually the beginning of most books. They usually don't start off fast paced. Okay, it's crazy. I knew it too. I knew it once they went into the war. I think a little bit before that, I knew once Nesta had went into the cauldron that her power was going to be death. So what happened is that she ends up having a really bad dream, and like it ends up waking up basically like everyone. So as Cassian and Rizan all like run towards her room, and she is completely in flames, like silver flames. And with Reese being able to basically like go inside of her mind, he was able to go inside and see her nightmare that she was having. And then it shook him so bad that like he came out of it, and he, after like they were able to like kind of calm things down, it shook him so bad, like he just went and sat in the chair, and he's just like, I saw it, like I saw all of it. And they're like, okay, like what, like well, what did you see? And so he basically was saying like her power is pure death. That is what she took, pure death. So it's all making sense. So we're seeing her powers and what she actually took from the cauldron. We're seeing why Nesta is kind of the way she is. She feels like she has failed. She feels like she's a failure. So I really am enjoying it. I did not think I would like this book as much as I liked it. I knew it was the highest rated, and I know so many people who say that this is their favorite book, and I feel like this is slowly becoming my favorite of the ACOTAR series because I'm enjoying it so much. I like in the beginning, I as you see in like the other clips, I was struggling a little bit because it was kind of slow, but this is also why I love audiobooks too, because I'm able to kind of go back and forth between reading, and I also didn't really want to read it because of the spine. I didn't want to crack it, but whatever. I ended up cracking it because I have started like actually like reading and listening at the same time. Because I feel like that also is a good way for me to like retain what's going on too, because a lot of times when you listen to audio and you're doing stuff like that, sometimes you don't retain. So I do like to actually have the physical books too and like sit there and like what's the average rating? It's like a 4 point something. I'm definitely leaning towards a 4, maybe a 5, maybe a 5. I feel like I can try to say this is probably like a 5-star, and this is probably my favorite in the series. Okay, so I'm sitting here finishing listening to my drink. Whoa. Can we stay put? Okay, I'm sitting here listening to In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, right? I'm like 70% in. I'm almost done. I think I have like an hour left, if that. And I'm not understanding why I have an hour left, right? You mean to tell me that it's not Jessica? It's not Jessica. So I'm over here like, who is it? Because y'all ruled out everybody, right? And so all this drama, all this unnecessary things, like, oh, I guess just everybody hated Jessica. Everybody hated Heather so much. At the reunion, and Heather's brother Eric is like, I'm gonna find out what happened. I know it was one of you two, or one of you 7, right? Whole time, it's really 8 but like I guess they didn't include Caro, or they didn't include Courtney. But Courtney is like there for like everything, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like the whole dynamic is just weird. It's just like y'all really thought y'all were friends. Like y'all are all insufferable, terrible people, and y'all, like, I think I said this earlier, and I'm supposed to care that Heather died? Like, she was insufferable. She was, like, she literally applied to this program, right, for economic. Her major is not even economics. Jessica's major is economics. Oh my gosh. And so you mean to tell me that Heather sought out this whole class and what the fuck is it called?
a program or something so that she can get into Harvard, or like, yeah, get into Harvard. And her major's not even economics. It's specifically for economics. Like, even in the letter that the professor ended up writing, he said, I don't do recommendations. I don't do this for students who are not economics. This girl she took my class and she was failing. She failed. She had an F, but she worked hard and she turned her grades around. Which, I mean, kudos to you, Jessica. Kudos to you, Heather. See, I'm messing up their names. So, like, kudos to her. But what was the point in applying if that's not even your major? Like, you literally just decided to take this, I guess, from Jessica, right? So, like, we just hate Jessica that much that we're gonna go ahead and try to steal her dreams. I mean, and then come to find out, she wasn't even like top of any list. So she worked her ass off her whole life to be perfect, and she wasn't even the top of the list. Like, they didn't want her. Like, she was nowhere on this list. It was a bunch of other people, and she wasn't even on the list. Okay, so she worked so hard to be in economics because of her dad, and her dad hates her. Like, he literally said, I hate you. Like, and you're still trying. Hi, you're still trying for this man. Like, after he died, like, why can't you just live your dream? Like, it's said too that she's such an amazing artist, but she's trying to go for economics, and it's just like, y'all mean to tell me that just everybody was obsessed with Jessica? But then, yeah, everyone's just so obsessed with Jessica, but, like, she's not at the top of any list. Like, she even said it, like, in school, in high school, there's, like, a list of hottest people, and she wasn't on the list. But you mean to tell me everybody's obsessed with her? And she can't even make it on the list? Like, what? Like, why? It's not making any sense. So I'm just like, what plot twist are you going to get me with? Because it's not making any sense. Like, I feel like it just has to be Jessica. And if y'all turn around and tell me that it was Cairo, I'm throwing the book. Because how? Like, KK. Thank you. You could touch, but that's it. Bye. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, it's not making any sense. Like, Heather, I mean, I guess it does make sense if it could be someone else, because Heather just was not a likable person. She was threatening to out her boyfriend Jack. I keep forgetting the character's name. Oh my god. She's threatening to out her boyfriend Jack because he was bisexual, and he was messing around with their friend Frankie. And so I guess I should have put spoiler somewhere around in here. But I feel like I didn't know I was gonna go off on a tangent and a spoiler of this book, because I tried really hard not to spoil anything in these two books that I'm reading for this vlog. But whew, yeah, so at this point I'm just like over it. I'm kind of like, okay, so just tell me who did it, because these characters are insufferable. Like, they are terrible people. They're terrible people. I love the drama though, so I like it. It was keeping me in. It was keeping me, like, it was like, I was intrigued. But now I'm just like, get it over with. Who killed her? And why? Like, please tell me why. Like, what did she do? Because, I mean, they're insufferable, but they weren't that bad. So y'all mean to tell me it was Mint? I'm done. I'm done. So you mean to tell me, as this man is confessing, it's still about Jessica?
it's still about Jessica. So we found out who did it, Mint, and it's still about Jessica. Like, he turns and he looks, he's like, you. It's your fault. Sir, you committed murder. Murder. Tell her, y'all mean to tell me that y'all know it's him now, and y'all just letting him, like, trying to kill all y'all? Isn't freaking Eric a police officer? I'm confusion. Decided to put this video in 2 parts because I'm going to be reading 2 of my highest and 2 of my lowest rated books. I have completed the first part and I have read these books. So let's talk about it and let's go over ratings. I guess we'll start with this book. Rating on this book, the average rating was like a 3 I can't remember, I'll insert it somewhere. I said it in the beginning of the video, but the average rating was like a 3 point something, which is not terrible at all. That's actually a pretty good rating. With that being said, I don't know. Is that what you just said? I don't know. Like, it wasn't terrible. I don't know what I thought this was gonna be. I thought maybe like a slasher or something, but I didn't think it was gonna be like this. Like, you'll see in previous clips, I lived for the drama of this book. I really did enjoy the drama and like the craziness of it. So for that, I think it is a 3. I think that's very true. I think it is a 3. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't the greatest. I did enjoy it. I had a good time. I love the drama. The ending was predictable because after we kind of found out who did it. Previous clips you'll see me explain it more. But this book is basically 7 friends. They're not really friends. Okay, like, they are all terrible people. Okay, the main character is Jessica, and for some reason everybody is just in love with Jessica. Jessica is cheating on Mint with Coop. Jessica is obsessed with perfectionists, so she wants to be perfect, right? That causes her to go into economics because her dad was economics, so now she feels like she needs to also be economics and live up to this dream. And she even says her dad hated her, so she's just trying to live up to this expectation, right? And so it's a lot to live up to expectations like that. So she's just trying to be perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. So she's cheating on Mint, and she only wants Mint because Mint is like up here, like high standards of what she, I guess, equates to as a partner, right? Like, he's gonna give her the life that she wants, right? Coop is like, he's down here because he's selling drugs to get by, and she has credit card debt to get by. So she's like, I don't want that, even though he's going to school to be a lawyer, right? Mint has gone to a rage because he found out that Jessica was cheating, but he thinks that she's cheating on him with a professor. The professor raped her, right? And he just is so pissed that she cheated on him because he refuses to be like his father who got cheated on, and he just looks at his father as like the bottom, as like scum, right? So he ends up killing Heather thinking it was Jessica, right? The twist that I knew was happening, because this whole time I was just like, it's probably Jessica, because it's this literally tile in my dream I hold a knife, and the main character is Jessica. So I'm like, why does she hold a knife in her dreams? It's clearly her, right? No. So clearly it was Mint. And so the twist in the end is that Jessica comes in time to possibly have saved Heather from dying. Heather is like laid out, covered in blood. Help me. And Jessica's like, I'll help you. And she goes all the way down the elevator. The elevator, right? To the office where she says that they can call with the phone, right? She doesn't go. She gets all the way down there, and I guess she walks the other way. And so then Heather just dies, and I guess someone else finds her, and that's how they figure out that she's been murdered. So overall, I mean, I would give it a 3. I would give it a 3. I was entertained. This baby here, A Court of Silver Flames. I had to pick up the audio because this one was a thick one. So I had to switch in between. Plus I didn't want to crack the spine, which I ended up doing anyway because I was going back and forth between reading, and that was going to happen either. But I found either way, I found myself trying to read like this, and then I was just like, F it. But yeah, this one is a thick one. I put this off for the longest time, let me tell you, because it's Nesta's story. So this is a part of a series, so I feel like that's why I didn't go too in depth with what is happening in here, is because if I went in depth, I would kind of sort of ruin it for you. So with that being said, definitely start with A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is the first book. This is the last book. The first books follow Farah. This follows her sister Nesta, who has now been turned high fae. So I guess that's kind of a spoiler. But again, you gotta read that to get to here. So if you've read that and you haven't read this, you should know she's turned high fae. And this is just her story, basically saying like how she's overcoming that, because this was a hard adjustment to her. She was human. She didn't like the fae. Like, she's dealing with all these emotions, and I really love how it goes over her backstory. I struggled reading this or getting to this one because I was like, I don't like Nesta. Like the previous books, I was like, her character is horrible. Like, I don't like her. Like, what was her problem? What's her attitude for? This goes into kind of why she was like that, and it makes more sense. It makes a lot of sense. And she finds her own way, her own friends, and she makes a home. And I mean, I guess that's maybe a little bit of a spoiler, but I absolutely loved it, and I would have to say this is actually my favorite book in the series. It is. It is. I actually want to reread this right now. I want to put my headphones back on and listen to the audio of this again. I just finished it. I'm so sad. I kind of wish that I had held off longer, just because I'm so sad that I finished this book. I've already want to do like a reread of like the entire series, and I'm not gonna do it now because I obviously have some other books on my TBR that I want to get through. I have some fantasies that I want to get through that are series. You guys, I am going to be reading these two. And I am so excited because these ones I've been most excited for. So I really thought I would read these two last. But yeah, no, I switched it. I don't even know. I'm such a mood reader. So I'm really excited. I think I'm going to start with Powerless. I have this on audio, which I love because I can switch between the book and the audio. And I love that for me. There's no audio, so I am going to be reading it. This might take a while too because it looks small, right? It looks small. This is 500 pages. This is also 500 pages. So, part 2 coming soon. I'm really excited for this because, maybe I should just cover for part 2. The 2. Yeah, I'm really excited for these two right here because I have been on a Hunger Games kick, and this comes out in November, so I have to read this. This is getting me hype and so excited for, like, I guess fall is like fantasy season time, so I gotta read this. I gotta get ready for my Harry Potter movie marathon and read this, and then I gotta get ready for Iron Flame. So maybe I should do a reread of 4th Ring. Okay, now I'm talking. That is all for this video today. Hope I'm getting you guys excited for the next videos to come. So yeah, now we can put this on my bookshelves because they are complete, and we can start part 2. So go ahead, head over to that video if it's up, whenever it's up. Go watch part 2 of my highest versus lowest, and talk to you next time. Bye.